Good evening, Central New York, and welcome to NCC Sports. I'm your host, Tommy Farrell. One of the biggest recruits to sign with Syracuse since Carmelo Anthony has changed his mind. Darius Baisley is opting to go straight to the NBA's G League. The 6'8" Ohio native committed to Syracuse last June and signed with the Orange during the early signing period in November. Baisley is the 9th-ranked prospect in the 2018 class in ESPN's Top 100. Baisley is the first 5-star prospect to skip college for the G League and will have to wait 1 year before entering the NBA draft. And note, he will not make more than $26 grand due to the salary structure of the developmental league, but he will be able to receive endorsements and shoe contracts. There were no surprises in the Women's National Championship as 2 1 seeds took on each other. Wait, okay, I knew there was a surprise. Gino Auriemma and his UConn squad is not in the National Championship. That's for the 2nd year in a row. This year, it's Notre Dame and Mississippi State. Notre Dame, ridden with injuries, seeking to win their 2nd national championship. And Mississippi State come off of a huge overtime win in Louisville. 2 minutes into the game, Bulldogs up 2. Rashunda Johnson with the pump fake and the 3, a healthy 5-point lead for the Bulldogs. Notre Dame's lone senior, Catherine Westbeld, finds Jackie Young for the turnaround jumper. The Irish tied up at 58. Now, after a missed layup and foul by the Bulldogs, it was Notre Dame's Arike Ogumbawale for the national championship. Notre Dame's 2nd national championship, their 1st since 2001. Now, last week, the Orange men's lacrosse team won a thriller down in Durham to top 3rd-ranked Duke. This week, Syracuse welcomed the 6th-ranked Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Both teams undefeated in ACC play. The 9th-ranked Orange enjoying the indoor climate after a rainy game against Duke last week. Now watch the ND defense get in the way of their own goalie. Pat Carlin gives Syracuse a 3-0 lead in the 1st, and the Orange keep the momentum going. Right before halftime, it is lefty Brandon Bomberry falling to his right. SU grabs a 5-4 lead at the half. And how about Liverpool's own Dom Madonna? He had 13 saves in the net, and he's not even afraid to leave the crease to set up the clear. Now watch this. Tucker Dordovic. Spin, one-handed goal, almost an underhand motion as well. Syracuse becomes just the 2nd program ever to win 900 games. They get the W 10-6 over the Irish. Dom Madonna talks about what 900 wins means to him and his teammates.
Being from the area, I know he's from the area too, and Nate's family's from the area. I know it means a lot to all of us, kind of be able to be part of it, especially in such a great win for a team, coming back to the Dome after a couple of bad losses here. To be able to bounce back and get this 900th win, I think is pretty special.
Syracuse's next game is in the Dome versus Hobart on Tuesday night. Former college football star Tim Tebow is set to begin his 2nd professional baseball season. This year, he will start with the AA Binghamton Rumble Ponies. Now, the Rumble Ponies are the AA affiliate of the New York Mets. If Tebow improves, he could be playing for the AAA Syracuse Chiefs next season when the Mets take over ownership of the Chiefs in 2019. Last year, Tebow batted .226 with 8 homers while playing the outfield. Binghamton's season begins on Thursday. Now, speaking of the Mets, they attempted to sweep the Cardinals today at Citi Field, but the performance wasn't what Mets fans had hoped for. Steven Matz in the top of the 2nd, dealing to Paul DeYoung. Number 12 takes it deep to left field for the solo shot. Cards go up 1, and next for the Mets is going to be Ahmed Rosario getting the RBI single. Unfortunately for Mets fans, that's going to be the only run of the game for New York. And the Mets will tie it in the 2nd, 1-1. But now, top of the 4th, Mets still in. Yadier Molina. Solo shot deep to left center. St. Louis avoids the sweep and wins 5-1. Now the Yankees in Toronto for the last game of a 4-game series. Yankees skipper Aaron Boone getting in the swing of things in the 1st season as manager. Top of the 3rd, Brandon Drury takes a hanging breaking ball deep to left. The Yankees go up 4-1 in the 3rd. And here come the smoke show. Bottom of the 7th, Justin Smoke hits a 2-run shot to bring the Jays within 1. But that's not all for the Blue Jays. The dagger, bottom of the 8th, Justin Smoke again, grand salami. Blue Jays win it 7-4.
Tommy, tough start to the season for the much heralded New York Yankees.
Yep.
They split the series with Toronto. Are the Yankees overrated?
I think it's too early to say if they're overrated. They have a phenomenal team. They're one of the best hitting teams in live baseball era. I mean, if you look at the home runs that stack up with Aaron Judge, Giancarlo Stanton, Gary Sanchez, they have a lot of pressure on them for those big hitters. But I wouldn't say they're overrated just yet. They have a very tough beginning of the season with the Blue Jays and then the Orioles and then the Red Sox and even the Rays. So if they want to get ahead in the AL East, they're going to have to succeed in the beginning of this season because it's all AL East play. But to say they're overrated, I think it's pretty early in the season just to say that.
Well, do you think that Giancarlo Stanton is going to live up to the contract that the Yankees gave him this offseason?
That's a great question because he's getting paid buku bucks, Matt. For him to have 5 strikeouts in his second game in one game, it's very disappointing for Yankees fans. I think Giancarlo Stanton just has to get used to the New York environment, the AL East play. You know, he's playing in a colder climate in the beginning of the season because he's used to the Miami weather. So, I think it's early in the season to kind of make these predictions about the Yankees and Giancarlo Stanton. I think once they get acclimated, especially Aaron Boone, too, first season as manager, they'll get acclimated. I think they'll be fine. But to say they're overrated and Giancarlo Stanton is too highly paid, we'll see. I think it's too early to tell.
All right, I guess time will tell. But next up here on NCC News, we're going to give you the weather.